Okay. So it's a lovely Sunday. Although according to my weather forecast here, maulan, parang uulan talaga, no? Ilang percentage ba? More than 50% ang chance of rain, no? Here sa atin sa Marawi City. I don't know with your place, but most likely in Lanao del Sur, there will be a lot of higher percentage no na uulan. Okay. So I will be now sharing my screen to our quiz na sinagutan ninyo. The quiz is actually 10 items, no? 10 items siya, but 40 points, no? Sorry, 20 items, 40 points. I mean to say 2 points each. So I will now share the screen. Please tell me if I'm not audible or hindi nakikita yung screen, ha? Just tell me. Where is it? I think this one. Okay. Can you see it, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, of course, I need you to talk, no? Gusto ko kayong magsalita, no? So, gusto ko lang malaman kung bakit kaya ganito yung sagot natin sa item na ito. Okay. So, this is part of the curriculum of the teacher. For here, we will be talking about the saber tooth, no? It's actually a curriculum. Parang ang idea niya, para siyang curriculum long ago, no? So meaning to say, the concept of curriculum pala nag-exist na siya, no? When we are to when we are to learn something, no? It should have process, no? It should have a system, somewhat like that. It's just that long before, para we did not realize that is actually the process or the concept of curriculum, no? So that is the Sabertooth curriculum. I believe na nabasa niyo na yung article. Medyo mahaba-haba yung passage na yon ng Sabertooth curriculum. Okay? So let's try to look at the first part. So the first 10 here is just agree and disagree. Okay? Sige. So in the Sabertooth curriculum, learning is experiential and authentic. Is that correct? Agree, disagree?
Agree.
Yeah, no? So the answer is agree. So tama ba ang sagot natin? No, agree siya, no? Why agree? It is because if we're going to go back to the article of the Sabertooth curriculum, no, that particular passage, parang may sinabi doon na sir, hindi ako makasab. Okay. Parang merong na-mention doon that they will be teaching something, a skill, no? If we are to at some point, generally speaking, if we are to indulge our students in giving skills, for example, no? Meaning to say that is experiential and authentic, no? Parang dili lang bitaw nagpa-quiz lang ka, dili lang kay nagpa-movie marathon lang ka, what I mean, nagpa-film showing, no? Hindi lang ganyan. But in the Sabertooth curriculum is if you are going to look at my skills na tinuturo, no? Parang mag-catch ng fish, somewhat like that. And that is experiential and authentic. I believe in your part, since you are at some point in your second course na ninyo, no, the CPRT, I believe you are very familiar with, and it is very common to us the term experiential and authentic, no? Naging authentic yung learning because ano siya, parang silang dalawa partner, no? If it is experiential, that is authentic, no? So when we say authentic kasi, nangyayari, no? Parang ginagawa talaga siya in day-to-day living. Okay? So paghuli ng fish, for example, what do you call this? Saan pag-plant og kanang rice, for example, no? That is experiential and authentic. Okay. Number two, the next one is, it is a reality that there exists more than one curricula in the teacher's classroom. Is that correct? Agree, disagree? Okay. Sandali lang ha. Sandali for a while, for a while. Haifa. Si Haifa ba to? Si Ala. For a while.
Sir,
Haifa, can you submit it now? For a while ha, for a while. Haifa, Ala, please submit it now. By the way, before I forget
yes sir,
pala.
sandali lang po ang hina ng internet connection. Sandali lang po sir ha.
Okay. For the activity 2, yung read today's headlines, yung today's headlines, sino ang pwedeng maunang mag-present so that I can have the arrangement? I mean, share. Sino ang pwedeng mauna mag-share? Yung sa today's headlines? Siguro pwede natin unahin si Salgan. Salgan, is that alright? Salgan?
Sir, di pa ako ready.
Yung sa presentation, how about Naifa? Okay. The other one is Umayra Mangunta. Umayra,
Okay po, sir.
ikaw una ma-present ha. So, sige.
Yes.
While waiting for Haifa. See, while waiting for Haifa to send it. See, Umayra, can you share your headline?
Okay po, sir.
Thank you. Okay.
Nakikita po ba?
Okay, yung nawala na yung power. Ayan, okay. Ayan.
Okay. Good morning, classmate, and good morning, sir. Yung headlines po my report is the ano po ba? Okay, the two headlines that I gathered is this is from India, so from TV Darya News. Headline is this Kupwara advises you to take interest in sport co-curricular activities.
Mm.
This, the news stated that the deputy commissioner Kaparak Khalid Jahir today said that youth is the future of every society and its development and welfare is the priority of every government. It is also said that the students who were taking for Bharat Darshan tour got have got awareness of Bharat culture, heritage, and momentum of different states of the country, including Delhi, Accra, Jaipur, Ajmer, and etc. He stressed the need for he stressed for the need for holding such tours invited for the better exposure of youth. Jahangir advised you to take part in such programs and take interest in athletics and co-curricular apart from studies. So in conclusion, sir, that extracurricular activities is not a distraction, but it is
Mm.
a opportunities for the students to learn because experience, uh, alam po natin na yung experience is is a ba- is a best teacher to learn. So extracurricular activities is not really a distraction. Okay? Next,
Yeah.
next headline is this is from China. Uh, is school subs activities or Chinese primary schools groups. The news stated that Kuching, an education body here, hopes that the standard operating procedure or SOPs for schools can be further relaxed to pave away the resumption of extracurricular activities to promote a healthy lifestyle among students. So extracurricular activities is not just it really helps the uh, healthy lifestyle among the healthy lifestyle of the students. It is also said that the Association of Board of Management for Eight Chinese Primary School in Kuching, Samarahan, and Syrian Division President Datu Jonathan Chai said, although the COVID-19 is still among the community, the SOP can be further relaxed to accommodate certain areas. Uh, It is because of the COVID-19, the extracurriculum activities is parang na-stop siya, but the soft or the standard operating procedure assured that the uh, kahit na mayroong COVID-19, the uh, Chinese primary school can engage into the extracurricular activities. Even though the SOP have already been relaxed with student returning school, they can be further relaxed to allow students to resume extracurricular activities. He said today when attending the Chung Ho Primary School number 3 as first weekly assembly after the 797 day lapse due to the COVID-19 pandemic. He also said that this marked a special day for the student since had, they had not had any assembly few in the last 2 or so years due to the pandemic. Chai told the young ones to continue being vigilant despite having resumed physical classes. He said the school and its board of management will try their level best to provide face masks and hand sanitizers for students so that parents would have peace of mind sending their children to school. So my conclusion, sir, is that extracurricular co-curricular activities is it's an opportunity for the learners to learn more and not a distraction. That's all, sir.
Mm. Thank you so much. No, I think all of us would agree, no, that co-curricular activities. By the way, the difference between extracurricular and co-curricular activities, no, they have a very distinct difference. When we say co-curricular activities, that is related to their subject. No? When we say extracurricular activities, that is dancing, for example, attending what you call this, um, may pa-cheer dance, for example, kung merong grupo ng mga dancers sa schooling and then you are part of it, that is what we call co-curricular activities. So according to Mangontra, and I think Mangontra would really tell us na told us na co-curricular activities and even especially extracurricular activities, they are not distractions, but they are what do you call this? They are opportunities, learning opportunities. Because, of course, if I'm going to say that is another avenue for you to learn. No, we believe no na in our four walls of our classroom we have that learning, but we also have learnings outside, no, outside the classroom. Would you agree? Would you agree, Ban? There are also lessons that you can learn outside the classroom.
Yes, sir.
Huh? No, that is very clear. And I think in our case, since nakatapos na kayo ng inyong undergrad, I think kayo din, no, that you are one of the justifications at alam ninyo that there are learnings that you cannot learn inside the classroom, no, vice versa. Okay? So I think we are now to continue. Thank you so much, Umaira Mangontra, for sharing your today's headline. No, by the way, the headline of Miss Umaira is all about co-curricular activities, learning opportunities, or distraction. Okay, so let's proceed. For your quiz, by the way, parang sort of ano din siya, discussion or review. Are you still with me?
Yes, sir.
Ay, o si Umaira na. How about the others?
Ano po yun?
Are you still here? Ah, okay, nandiyan pala kayo. Okay, sige. Anyway, for those of you who have problems on internet stability, in a way, the session is recorded. The recorded session will be projected, will be given to you, no, or will be uploaded sa Google Classroom natin, and even on my YouTube account, so I will be uploading it. Okay. So we will resume our discussion on your quiz. Next item, by the way, na shuffle ito. We are still in the agree or disagree, no? So a teacher can say with confidence that learning has occurred if the curriculum has been assessed. Agree, disagree? Agree, disagree? Everyone.
Agree.
No? If you have
Agree, sir.
problems with internet connection, you can just type your answer sa chat natin. Meron tayong chat dito. So, pwede niyo i-chat kung ano yung mga responses ninyo. Okay? So, according to Haifa, a teacher can say with confidence that learning has occurred if the curriculum has been assessed. Sorry. So, the correct answer for this is agree. No? So, agree siya. Okay. So, of course, when can we say when can we say if there is learning happens, or saan ba natin malalaman, no, kung okay ba yung pagtuturo ni teacher? For example, kung meron bang learning na nangyayari sa mga estudyante natin, kailan? That's actually the time when we are to assess, no, our students, no. But for this case, we are talking about curriculum here. we are assessing the curriculum if it is effective or not, if there is learning has occurred, no? So, dito natin malalaman, of course, kung gusto nating malaman kung yung estudyante natin ay marunong nang mag-add, no? Nag-lesson kag addition sa mga estudyante, and then for you to identify if there has to be learning or meron learning happens, of course, magpa-quiz kag addition. Okay? So that's the time that you can now say confidence, no, nga you can say with confidently na meron talagang learning, no, by the time makita mo yung result ng assessment. Okay, I think that is very clear to everyone. The next item: teachers should expect that school curricula are dynamic and changing. The answer for this is
Agree. Agree.
agree.
Agree.
Agree. Why agree, children? It is because our curricula, no, kung di ba nabago na yung curriculum natin, no, sa basic education. I'm pertaining to basic education. So basic education natin, ano ng curriculum ngayon? Ano yung curriculum natin?
K to 12?
Yes, K to 12. Now for basic education, we have our K to 12 curriculum. Okay. Prior to K to 12 curriculum, I am a product of K to 12 curriculum. I think kayo ba, produkto rin kayo ng previous curriculum, di ba? Yung tinatawag natin na BEC or RBEC. Yan. Or BEC, no? Basic Education Curriculum. Okay? If you are to notice, meron talagang malaking kaibahan yung BEC, no, or the previous curriculum and then the K-12 curriculum. Ang daming differences, no? So, bakit nagbabago ang curriculum? No? Bakit kailangan nating baguhin ang curriculum? If we're going to look at the history of our curriculum, if we're going to search that, nagbabago talaga siya. So, tama yung sinabi dito na changing. And then, bakit dynamic? Dynamic ang curriculum because in every part of our nation, we actually have our specific curriculum. Like for example, naging DepEd teacher kasi ako before ako nakapunta sa MSU, no? Naging DepEd teacher ako sa Dapitan City. And then that particular school, ang focus ng school ay TechVoc. No? Although naka K-12 curriculum siya, but the focus of that school, the strength of that school is TechVoc. No? Kaya mas marami yung oras niya sa TLE na part or TVE na part. No? I'm sure you're very familiar with TLE subjects, no? So mga ganyan. So meaning to say, dynamic and changing. Bakit kailangan nating baguhin ang curriculum? It is because meron tayong kailangan. That the term here is needs. No? So kung ano yung kailangan ng isang lugar, dapat mag-reflect din yan sa curriculum. No? Hindi pwede, no, the bottom line here, hindi pwede children, no, because you will be teachers in the future. Diba? Nag-CPRT kayo because you will be taking the board exam, and then soon, of course, you will be teachers. The reason we cannot create a curriculum kung hindi naman existing or kailangan sa isang lugar. Ibig sabihin, kung nasa syudad ka, for example, Makati City, of course, you're familiar with Makati City, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, you're very familiar with Makati City. Makati City is the parang tinatawag nilang financial capital of the Philippines. Kumbaga, no? Kung titingnan natin, parang napakamayaman ng Makati City. That is a city, that is a highly urbanized city. No? Can we create a curriculum na yung curriculum is focused on agriculture? Can we do that in Makati City?
No, sir.
How about aquaculture? Can we do that in Makati City?
Hindi rin, sir.
Yes. No? The answer really, the very clear answer is hindi pwede. Bakit nasabi natin hindi pwede? Bakit kaya Umaira? Bakit hindi pwede Umaira?
Kasi sir, dun sa Makati is hindi naman doon yung parang culture, agriculture doon na pwede ka doon magtanim or mangisda.
Yeah, correct. Exactly. No, that's a very good answer, no, Umayra. That's very clear also. Now we can't have a university there or a school that is focusing on agriculture because as we all know, Makati City is a highly urbanized city. No, pag sinasabi natin urban, grabe gina, may malalaking buildings, may mga kalsada, mga skyway, blah, blah, blah. If we are to create a curriculum that will focus on agriculture, hala, unsaon man na sa mga estudyante, no? Magtanong sila dito sa kalsada, di ba? So that's the point, no? Bakit nasabi natin dito that teachers should expect that school curricula are dynamic and changing. Dynamic because we are to change the curriculum nakadepende kung ano yung kailangan ng community, no? So ang basihan bakit we have to change our curriculum because merong particular na kailangan yung community, ha? Yung community hindi kailangan ng ibang lugar, ng ibang country, but in our community. If the strength of the community is agriculture, better you create a curriculum that is focused on agriculture. If the city is very well known for science and technology, you have to focus a curriculum. The curriculum should focus on science and technology. That is why children, if you are very familiar with the different campuses of MSU, no, iba't iba yung strength nila. No? Like for example, in ano ba, in MSU Tawi-Tawi, no, ang MSU Tawi-Tawi, ang strength ng MSU Tawi-Tawi ay oceanography. No, doon sila sa dagat, somewhat na mapadagat. So okay yung ano nila, parang marine, no? Marine bio, okay yun sa kanila. Inaawan naman, ang strength ng naawan is aquaculture kasi na mapadagat din, no? In MSU-IIT, the strength of MSU-IIT is more on science and technology kasi nga long ago, yung Iligan kasi, because of the NEC or the National Steel Corporation, which is yung parang malaking kumpanya dyan na parang in front of the terminal natin dyan pababa ng Iligan. Okay? Diba, you are familiar na that is NEC, no? The National Steel Corporation. Okay, so parang naging focus ng Iligan City on science and technology because of that, no? So that is why that's the focus of IIT. We also have there in, ano ba, in Maigo, agriculture din sa kanila. The same with MSU LNAC and so on. Okay. For MSU main campus naman, we are focused on giving education to Maranao people, no? So we have meron tayong PAPIS-Ed, meron ang strength natin is on the Islamic studies, no, mga ganyan, no? So teaching Arabic and so on. Education still part of the strength of MSU main campus. Okay? So nakadepende sa lugar. So we cannot create a curriculum, the bottom line again, we cannot create a curriculum na hindi naman kailangan ng community. Okay? Next item we have is to establish national standards. Teachers should be guided by recommended curriculum in basic and higher education. Agree, disagree?
Agree.
Okay, according to Myra, no, that is agree. If you can recall, when we say recommended curriculum, ito yung mga ang nagbibigay ng curriculum ay yung mga academic institutions, no? No, like for example, what I mean, yung mga DepEd, yung sa atin sa CHED, okay? So, para merong standards, dapat ang mga teachers natin guided to the basic education curriculum and then the higher education curriculum, no? So, if you are teaching, no, if you will be teaching ang mga tinuturo namin, no, to CPRT students, those are actually national standards given by PRC, given by CHED, no? So ito yung mga kailangan ninyo so that you can teach ganyan. Okay? So again, we should be guided to our what we call the recommended curriculum. So yung mga recommended curriculum, ang nagbibigay nito ay yung DepEd for basic education, for CHED for higher education, for tertiary level, and for TechVoc naman, that is, we have TESDA. Okay. Next item we have is Only the Department of Education can recommend a curriculum. Only the Department of Education can recommend a curriculum. Oh, nag-open ang camera si Haifa. Hello, Haifa. Na-shock si Haifa.
Disagree,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, disagree. Now, according to Haifa, disagree daw. How about the others kaya?
Disagree din, sir.
Disagree, no? Because I think I did mention kanina previous item nito na the one who can recommend your curriculum na nakadepende, no? Hindi lang yung Department of Education. Okay? So again, the Department of Education, we have CHED for higher education, TESDA for the textbook. Okay. Next. So the correct answer is disagree. Next, evaluated curriculum makes judgment about learning. Evaluated curriculum makes judgment about learning. How about that?
Agree.
Yes,
Agree.
no? Agree, no? The correct answer is agree. No? Because again, kanina, yung nabigyan natin na example, yung teacher, where can the, or when can the teacher can say that there is a really learning occurred, no? Right after assessing or right after evaluating. Okay, so when you evaluate, that's the time that we can judge the learning of our students, no? So hindi pwede na parang pagtingin pa lang natin sa estudyante natin, siguro yung estudyante natin kay walay ligo, sip-uno ng estudyante, very payat, parang mga ganyan yung mga physical characteristics, and sasabihin natin na, oh my God, yung batang napakabobo. Sa matikat, no? So before we judge the student, we have to assess the student, we have to evaluate the student so that we can judge the learning of that student. Okay? So the answer is agree. Okay? Next we have is, if the heart of all types of curricula, the teacher has a major role. I think hindi na natin ito kailangang tanungin. The correct answer really is agree. No? So sa iba't ibang klase ng curricula natin, children, no, katong mga na-mention na types of curricula, ang teacher really has a major role, no? Because mainly, no, no, yung teachers, they are the implementers of the curriculum, no? Kung ano man yung ibigay, yung nandito yung teacher. Kung ano yung pwedeng gawin, nandito si teacher. So teacher really has a major role in the different types of curricula. Okay. Next, textbooks and modules are written curricula that represent the recommended curricula. Is that correct?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Agree.
That is agree. No? Textbooks and modules are called written curricula. Lesson plan also is a written curriculum, no? Tinatawag natin. Yung ano pa ba? Yung activities, no? Yung mga teacher-made activities and quizzes, those are written curricula. So, very literal, no? Pag sinasabi natin written curricula, yun talagang yung ginawa ni teacher. Yung sinulat ni teacher. Yung mga nakasulat, mga ganyan. Okay. Okay. I think, okay, nalito pa pala. Okay. So in the Sabertooth curriculum, kanina nasagutan na natin to, no? In the Sabertooth curriculum, learning is experiential and authentic, and that is correct. No? Again, if you have read the passage on yung activity natin na Sabertooth curriculum, makita niyo doon or mababasa ninyo na parang kailangan nating turuan when it comes to fishing. No? We're actually talking about skills here. No? So if you are dealing with skills, meaning to say learning is experiential and authentic. Okay, so the answer for this is agree. Next, it is a reality that there exists more than one curricula in the teacher's classroom. Agree, disagree?
Agree.
I think correct, no? I think na-mention natin to, meron tayong written curricula, meron tayong hidden curricula, curriculum, mga ganyan. So those are the different curricula. And then at the heart of the different types of curricula, nandyan ang teacher. Okay. Okay, last for first part. Some curricula in the schools or classrooms are unwritten. How about that?
Agree.
Agree, sir. Agree.
They are unwritten, no? Meaning to say, there are really things, yung sabi ko kanina na parang, there are really things that you cannot learn inside the four walls of your classroom. No? There are things that you can learn outside. No? And then, i-consider po na siya, no? Sa welfare, sa estudyante. That is why, when we are to give activities to our students, we make sure that they are authentic, no, mga output based, no, kana bitaw yung kailangan ang estudyante kay mag-explore yun ang estudyante, no, dili lang dependent ang estudyante kung nasa classroom, kasi we have thinking children, no, that mga moms dahil na yung mga estudyante natin na nasa loob ng classroom, they are more on the concept, they are more on theories, no, yung teacher, yan lang siya. So that is why we really have to create activities na parang very realistic, very authentic. No? Because we really believe, Manggod, that learnings can happen also outside the classroom. So the correct answer for this is agree. Okay? Klaro ba? May katanungan? So for a while, water breaks. Okay? So, any clarifications sa first part?
Sir,
Wala po. Wala po, sir.
Okay? Next part is this one, the curricular risk. So bakit merong term na curricular risk? If you're going to type ito, if you're going to type it sa Microsoft Word, parang mag-underline siya pula. Okay? Wala magoy term good na curricular risk. Wala siya wrong spelling, kumbaga. The term curricular risk, nanggaling siya sa parang, because as we all know, yung sabi ko kanina, na at the heart of the different types of curricula, andyan si teacher. So ibig sabihin, dapat si teacher alam niya lahat ng types of curricula. No? So kaya sinabi dito, teachers are curricularists. No? So ibig sabihin, dapat well versed si teacher sa different types of curricula. No? Of course, sa atin naman, hindi technically, hindi naman talaga alam ng teacher na yung mga ginagawa niya ay part of what the term curriculum or curricula. No? Writing lesson plan, that is part of written curriculum, pero hindi niya alam. No? So, but then again, we can say that teachers are curricularists because teachers are very well versed of the different types of curricula. Okay. Now, as we all know, we have different, I think we have how many? Meron tayong seven parang teacher as a curricularist, no? So meron tayong 7 na different terms, no, for curricularist. So I have here 10 cases, and let's try to look at kung saan siya pwedeng ma-fit. Okay? So let's have first the case number 3. In case number 3, there is so much to do in one school day. I seem not able to do all, but I have to accomplish something for my learners. I have made a daily activity plan to guide me. So ano kaya yung case 3?
planner.
Yes, no? The answer is
Planner.
planner. Okay. So that is correct. The answer is planner. Bakit planner ang teacher na ito? Because I have made a daily activity plan to guide me. Daily activity plan. So planner. Okay. By the way, if you have questions, sir, bakit naging planner? Sir, bakit naging ganito? Please do raise your hand na meron tayong raise hand button. sa ating Gmeet. Okay, let's have case 6. Knowledge is limitless. What I learned in college is not enough. I need to know more. So I enrolled in a graduate school to advance my learning. Case 6 is? Ano kaya
Nowhere.
si case 6?
Nowhere.
Yeah. According to Umaira and Naifa, nowhere. Nowhere is the correct answer. No? So gusto niyang, this is also the nice thing, no? I think sa inyo dito na nagsi-CPRT, although your goal is to ano ba, parang to take the board exam for LET, but this is also a nice thing for you to learn another thing, no? Now, how about, can I ask, Haifa, Ala, ano yung undergrad mo, dear?
Islamic studies, sir.
Islamic studies for Haifa. Pero Haifa, no, sa imong undergrad, meron ka din mga subjects na idok. Tama ba?
Wala, sir, sa yung teaching Arabic lang yung meron.
Ay, okay. Wala din. Teaching Arabic ang meron. Okay, thank you. How about Umaira? What's your undergrad?
Same with Haifa po.
Okay. How about Nor Asia? Ano yung undergrad mo?
Public ad, sir.
Public Ad. Naifa,
With Miss Nor Asia Public Ad.
Public Ad. How about Perhana? Rayhana? Siguro nagkakape si Rayhana. Okay. So anyway,
Sir.
Public ad po
Public ad
siya,
din,
sir.
public ad. Okay. So if we're going to look at here, you have a public ad and then we have Islamic studies. So most likely, parang wala tayo talaga, meron tayong general idea about ano ba, education, somewhat like that. But we really don't know the concept of curriculum and so on whatsoever. So although your main reason why you are taking CPRT because you really wanted to take the board exam, the licensure examination for teachers, and then para maging guro. But hindi natin parang na-realize din that, okay, along the way we will learn another thing. No? That is a nice thing. That is why you are part of this. No? So as of this time pa lang, kahit hindi pa kayo talagang guro, you are part of it na. So you are a curricularist. No? Because you wanted to know more, to advance your knowledge. So you are a knower. Okay? So knower kayo lahat dito. Okay. Next, we have case 5. My class is composed of learners from different home background and culture. I think ito yung if I'm going to tell you, no, magti-teacher talaga lahat dito? No, magti-teacher talaga, di ba? Tama? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, inshallah.
Yes, inshallah, no, magti-teacher talaga. But this is very challenging. I don't know kung meron na kayong experience of teaching. Siguro baka nagpa-private school na kayo, whatsoever, no? This is the very challenging part of being a teacher, especially kung malagay ka talaga sa public school, no? Because yung mga estudyante natin, they have different home background, they have different culture. Sa home background pa lang, no, kanabitang yung estudyante na binubugbog ng parents, for example, yung mga estudyante na napakayaman nila, so wala nang time yung parents nila for that child, for that kid, no? Kasi nga on travel lahat ang parents, blah blah blah, doctors kasi, so very busy. So they have different home background. Dito nangyayari yung concept ng bullying, no? So it will run down whatever the home background, especially most of the cases mga negative home background, no? Sinasabi ko lang na home negative for the purpose of explaining to you na home negative background, parang pupunta talaga sila sa concept ng bullying, no? Kaya nga in the aspect or in the concept of psychology, sabi nila yung mga tao talaga, and I think alam niyo ito, na yung mga tao talaga or yung mga estudyante na nang-bubully, they're actually a victim of bully themselves, no? Siguro na-experience nila maging bully na-bully din sila sa kanilang bahay, or mga attention deficit, no? Walay attention kasi nga napakayaman nila. No, both of the parents are always traveling abroad. No? For example, both parents are doctors. They are they're surgeons again. So they're very busy sa hospital and so on. So parang wala nang time makipag-usap sa kanilang anak. No? That has actually a negative effect. That is why ang magiging mangyari, mangbully na lang sila dito sa ilang classmate kasi gusto nila ng attention. No? So this is very challenging for the teachers on how you deal with this kind of people. Okay. So my class is composed of learners from different home background and culture. I cannot use a one-size-fits-all strategy. No, dili gid na. No, pag ma-teacher gid mo, no, especially sa DepEd, this is not to discourage you, but this is just to give you what is really the picture, no, sa DepEd. When you are to give strategy, no, that particular strategy that you are using might be effective to this group but not to the other group, no. Kay basin day itong estudyante dito, that is why I'm sure you are very familiar with the concept of multiple intelligences, correct? Familiar ba?
Yes, sir.
No. Now there are students that can learn more when if you are using a more visual something. Students can learn more when they heard something that is auditory and so on. Okay, so very different, no? Because of that differences, as a teacher, hindi mo talaga magagamit yung tinatawag na one size fits all strategy. So meaning pala, ang mangyayari, so ano ba talagang mangyayari sa loob ng classroom? You have to have the term, susulat ko sa GC differentiate. Yan, differentiated instruction. So ang ibig sabihin ng differentiated instruction, very malala yung malala na concept ng differentiated instruction. On this particular side, no, itong side na to, ito yung strategy na gagamitin mo. No? Ano kaya ang example na topic? For example, addition, for example, no? So sa grupo na ito, kasi alam mo na this particular group kan hindi pa marunong magbasa, for example. So ang imong strategy diri kay dapat lahisa sa first group, no? Dapat mabasa muna nila, maintindihan bago makapag-add, no? Isang grupo naman super advanced, no? Super advanced, so dapat maraming addition na problems din dito. Sa isang grupo na to, hindi nila maintindihan kung walang picture, for example. So yung ginamit mo na activity sa kanila, mayroong picture. Di ba? So grabe ang trabaho ng teacher. It's very challenging, no? Very, very challenging. So that is differentiated instruction. So I cannot use a one size fits all strategy in teaching, so I can respond to the diverse background. In my readings, I discovered that there are ways of teaching. I tried one myself and it worked. So ano ngayon si teacher? Ano ngayon si teacher? Hello, are you still there?
Initiator?
Innovator. According to Haifa, innovator. How about Umaira? Umaira? Ano yun?
Initiator?
Initiator. No? So according to Haifa, innovator. According to Umaira, initiator. Now, if we're going to look at mga itong last sentence natin, according to this particular teacher daw, na nagbabasa siya, parang nagre-research siya kung ano yung mga dapat niyang gawin, no? Mga strategies na kailangan gawin. Marami daw, no? I discovered that there are ways of teaching. So sa mga nabasa niya, gumamit siya ng isa. And then, according to him or her, this particular teacher, yung ginamit niya, it worked. Okay? So meaning, the teacher is an evaluator. Okay? So merong strategy, ginamit ni teacher, and according to her, it worked. So paano nalaman ni teacher? Because the teacher evaluated the students, and that is evaluator. Nakuha? Medyo challenging itong curricular risk kasi parang may overlapping. If you're going to look at parang maging innovator, no? Parang maging initiator din siya at some point, no? initiator in such a manner siguro na parang among the readings na ginawa ng teacher, may ginamit siya, nag-initiate siya, no? Pero ang ginawa kasi ni teacher, ginamit ni teacher, and then nalaman niya na effective. Paano nalaman? Through assessment and evaluation. Therefore, the teacher is an evaluator. Nakuha?
Yes, sir.
Pero, okay. Sige, next, case 9. Okay. Case 9, my principal asked me to attend a write shop to make the lesson exemplars in the teaching of science in grade 7. In the workshop, I used my experiences as a science teacher for 10 years and my knowledge of the subject matter. At the end of the 3 days, I was able to produce lesson exemplars, which I am proud of. So ano nga yun si teacher?
Writer.
Innovator.
Writer, innovator, nor Asia, ano yun?
Writer, sir.
Writer. Okay. So, writer, then we also have here innovator. No? May nag-innovator. Okay, sige. The answer is, the answer is writer. No? So, ang focus dito ngayon, parang innovator, no? Kasi gumawa siya. No? Nag-innovate siya. But, ang premise kasi dito, Rayhana, no? Ang premise kasi dito is parang pina-attend siya. No? Para gumawa, para magsulat, no? Write shop siya, write shop. So meaning to say, yung lesson exemplars ay nandyan na. Pag sinasabi kasi nating innovator, out from the box, no? Parang you discover something ba? That's innovator, no? So dito ang ginawa, parang gipa-enhance lang ni teacher yung ginawa nilang lesson exemplars. So that is writer. So teachers are writer. And I believe really teachers are writer, no? Ang gagaling magsulat ng mga teachers, no? Pag sinasabing kailangan natin gumawa ng particular activity, marami talaga naisip yung teacher na gagawing activity, no? Marami, no? So, most of the time kasi ang ginagawa ng teacher, not unlike sa DepEd kasi meron na kasi silang mga modules, mga ganyan. But mind you, itong modules na ginagamit ay gawa din ng teacher, no? Because teachers are writers. Okay. I hope that is clear. Next, we have case 7 and case 10. Case 7, at the end of the year, my performance as a teacher is reflected in the school performance of my students. So I need to provide a monitoring tool to measure how they are progressing. The result will inform me how I will address my learners' weaknesses and enhance their strengths. So ang ginawa ni teacher dito ay tinignan yung mga performance and all. So ano kaya si teacher ngayon?
Evaluator.
Yes, I think no? Lahat, no? Lahat. Okay. Because the correct answer is evaluator. Okay. So of course, kailangan nating malaman. Sa DepEd kasi merong, inom na ako ng tubig. Sa DepEd kasi meron talagang parang pinicheck yung performance ng teacher. At saka, yung magiging performance ng estudyante mo, it will reflect also to your performance. So that is why naka-stress jud kayo kung sa imo, for example, advisor ka. Yeah. Daghan kayo parang ang daming nag-drop out sa'yo, maraming bumagsak, maraming na-retain, for example. Lahat ng yon, those negative things, it will be reflected to your performance. No? So it will reflect your performance. Kaya nga, ang gagawin talaga ni teacher, gagawin lahat ni teacher para pumasa yung estudyante. Okay? So case 7 is evaluator. Case 10, I think this is the last, pinapapatay ko. Okay, may dalawa pa pala. Okay, case 10. In grade 7 to grade 10 of the K-12 enhanced curriculum, science as a subject is presented, taught, and learned in a spiral manner. No? This is part of the DepEd implementing guideline of the curriculum. I am a biology major and I have insufficient knowledge about the other areas of science such as physics and earth science. Ito yung naging struggle ng old curriculum. No? Kaya nga, ang CHED ngayon, they are now proposing BS in Sciences. No? So sa department namin, no? Sa department namin, we actually have BS in Biology, Chemistry, Physics, no? But in the new curriculum, BS in Sciences nila na lang kasi nga nag-adapt yung kung ano yung mangyayari sa basic education, dapat mag-change din ang tertiary level, no? To address the K-12 curriculum na yung sa science ay yung science teacher ay magtuturo siya sa lahat ng sciences, kaya yung sa curriculum ng ano ngayon ng education, BS in Sciences na siya, wala ng particular major. Okay? So, if you are part of the old curriculum, ako I am major in biology during my undergrad, no? Biology ko. So kung mag-DepEd ko ani, mo to ko nag-DepEd ko, nagtudlo ko og kuan. Yung unang salang ko sa DepEd, yung topic ko, okay, no, biology siya kasi ano, parang respiratory system. But next, parang second grading, okay, dito na, nag-chemistry na, no? Kasi nandun na tayo sa naming of different compounds. Okay? See, merong struggle if you have a particular major. Now, the same case of case 10. So I am a biology major and I have insufficient knowledge about the other areas of science such as physics and earth science. Because of this dilemma, I have to request the principal that we have team teaching. So mag-team teaching daw sila. Okay. So mag-team teaching sila, gagawin nila mag-team teaching. Which role of the curricularist am I trying to do?
Initiator.
Initiator? Yes. Yeah, initiator. How about the others? Knower? Okay. Pero ito talaga yung mga nasa isip
Planner.
din na sagot. Planner, yes. So merong sumagot ng planner, initiator, si Haifa, knower kay Haifa. Okay. So mga ganyan, no? Ito din yung mga, nung binasa ko yung mga cases kasi, meron akong mga preconceived na mga sagot. For case 10, ito. Ay, ito talaga, planner. Kasi parang you are planning to do, no? You're talking with the principal na dapat mag-team teach para nagpa-plan ka. It's planner. Initiator, nag-initiate ka na since you cannot teach naman all subjects, so nag-team teach ka most likely. Knower, kasi nga you have problems on discussing the other field of science, so that's why nag-team teach ka so that you will know. Parang ganun ata yung thinking ninyo, no? That's why you answered planner, initiator, knower. But the answer is implementer. Okay. So ang ginawa, no? Diba ang dami bongga. So ang ginawa kasi ng case 10 is alam niya na ganito na, no? So ang ginawa niya ngayon, since ito yung curriculum, okay, yan din yung ginawa nila, i-implement nila. So they implemented kung ano yung gusto ng curriculum. Since I am a biology major and I cannot teach the subject, but still I have to implement the subject, no? That is why my plan now is to have team teaching so that I can still implement the curriculum because teachers are implementer. So whatever it is, no, kahit anumang mangyari, no, ito yung nangyayari sa parang first ata na phase ng K-12, ang ginawa talaga nila nag-team teaching gid sila. No, na sa isa ka klase mo na nga ang disadvantage nito parang yung estudyante hindi makafocus ang estudyante kasi nga every grading period iba't iba yung teacher. 'Di ba? First grading period kailangan mo teacher, pag second grading mag-adjust na po ka kailangan na po teacher. Third grading period lain na po ang teacher, fourth grading lain na po. Okay? Very detrimental to what you call this, to the students. That is why, although merong nag-team teaching, ang ginawa ng ibang schools, ng principal, parang pina-attend yung mga science teacher ng training. No? Pina-attend sila ng training about teaching science, kumbaga. para hindi magiging complicated sa kanila yung pagtuturo, para mawala na din yung concept ng team teaching, no? Kasi gusto nilang i-implement yung curriculum kasi wala naman tayong magagawa. Curriculum is there and then we have to implement it, no? So ang team teaching, I think parang gamay na lang ang schools karon sa DepEd ang nag-team teaching. Kasi ang mga teachers, they are trained na to teach the other field of science. Okay? Next, we have, I think, the last. Ay, okay, meron pa pala. May tatlo. Ay, okay. Here. Case 8. Are you still with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sige. Para tayo magsiseminar dito, no? Kasi hanggang 12 tayo ngayon, bongga. No? Makinig seminar. Case 8, I am teaching in a very far away barangay with no electricity yet. Many of the instructional aids for teaching sent to our school are films and videotapes which need power. Yeah. Nasa ano ka man, nasa lugar ka na wala kuryente. I have a lot of batchmates now. They are now DepEd teachers, and then they were assigned to remote areas. Wala gyud wala kuryente, no? We can also contact him and her because what po signal dito sa cellphone, no? Nya tigdugay kasi sila makanaog og iligan kay of course they will be staying there from Monday to Friday, something like that, no? Many of the instructional aids for teaching sent to our school are films and videotapes na kailangan ng kuryente. I cannot use them. But the lessons are very important. Sayang. Pero dili mo siya magamit, kailangan magkuryente. So, I thought of making an alternative. The keyword there is alternative activity. I took my class to the river and waterfall instead of doing the lesson. So the teacher now is what?
Theater.
No, the keyword is alternative. Sorry, hindi ko na pick up. Ano yun? Naputol? The teacher is what? Okay, according to Haifa, initiator. Ano pa?
Innovator.
Innovators. So, Haifa, initiator, and then Umaira,
Implement.
implementor, meron din innovator. So, parang natatlo ito. Okay. May initiator, may implementor. Ano yung isa? Ay, nagsabi na innovator. No?
Innovator.
Yung mga sagot natin, initiator. Most of you are initiators, no? Sige. Ang nangyari sa case 8 kasi, walang kuryente sa school nila. Pero merong nagbigay ng mga instructional materials. Pero ang binigay na instructional materials, school films, films, no? Mga videotapes na kailangan ng kuryente. Pero walang ilaw sa kanila. So sayang yung nabigay na instructional materials. Pero kahit sayang, ang mga topics na nandun kasi sa videotapes, they are very important, no? Very important. So ang ginawa ni teacher, naghanap si teacher ng alternative activity na instead na mag-film showing sila, hindi sila ka-film showing kasi wala mang kuryente. Ang ginawa na lang ni teacher, instead na mag-film showing, ang ginawa ni teacher, nag-alternative activity siya, ay pinapunta na lang niya sa river o waterfall ang mga estudyante. Okay? So that is an alternative activity instead of what do you call this? Instead of showing them films, no, and videotapes. So the answer is sumagot ng innovator. So the teacher innovated, no? Nag-innovate si teacher out of the box na okay, wala gyud ko mabuhat, no? Ang binigay sa school ay films and videotapes. Pero paano ko kaya ito still mapakita sa kanila? Paano ko ito maituro sa kanila? Without without giving them the films and videotapes kasi walang kuryente. Okay. So nag-innovate si teacher. Ang ginawa ni teacher, gumawa siya ng activity na pinapunta yung mga estudyante sa rivers and waterfalls. And that is innovator. And I think lahat, no, ito yung isang characteristic ng mga teachers, no, na dapat talaga ang teachers are innovator. No, no girls, no, we have to be you have to be innovator yun kayo girls, no, kay especially girls na assign tayo sa mga remote areas, no, here in Lanao del Sur. Ang daming school dito sa Lanao del Sur, no, walang kuryente, na kasi most likely kung titingnan ko yung mga majors ninyo, parang baka punta kayo sa high school. I don't know lang with Islamic studies, no? So baka punta kayo sa high school, so walang kuryente, kumbaga. So we need to say, dapat talaga sa teacher, we really have to widen our thinking on how we can give pa rin justice to the learnings of our students, no? Kumbaga, no? Kung wala ito, we have to innovate another thing, no? We have to find alternatives, no? Like for example, kanabitong sir, wala man good me, sir, mag-experiment sana kami, sir, sa science na for example. Sir, mag-experiment sana kami, sir, no? Pero walang burner. Okay, magsunog unta sila pero wala sila alcohol lang. So ang ginawa, naggawa si teacher ng alternative ng alcohol lamp. No? Kasi wala tayong mabiling alcohol lamp kasi dapat sa bukid. So naghanap si teacher ng alcohol lamp na gawa sa bote, for example. And that is innovator. We find alternatives. Innovator. Okay? I hope that is clear. Next, case 1. I have a good idea to make my learners pay attention to the lesson. So, siguro, na-notice ni teacher dito sa case 1 na dili man mag-respond ng ako mga estudyante. Yung mga estudyante ko parang hindi nakikinig, no? So, I have a good idea to make my learners pay attention to the lesson. I will use the new idea and find out if it will work. I will use the new idea and find out pa if it will work. Find out, wala pa nahibalaan. No? So ano kaya ang case 1?
Planner.
Planner. What else? Silang bahala, wrong atong answer. Matubag lang yun na. No? Sige, ano ba kaya? Planner? So according to Mara Planner daw, no? The correct answer really, if we're going to look at parang planner, magiging siya. Now I realize also, I'm actually reading it. Magiging siya planner, no? Kasi nga, I have a good idea to make my learners pay attention to the lesson. I will use the new idea and find it if it will work, no? The answer for case 1 is simple answer. Why? Because ang teacher, of course, meron siyang, I have a good idea to make my learners pay attention. So, meron na siyang idea, so ang gagamitin niya yung idea niya on how to pay for the learners to pay attention, no, for the lesson. So gagamitin niya, no? Bakit? Actually, you can also answer evaluator sana, no? Hindi pwedeng maging evaluator din ito kasi hindi pa niya alam kung nag-work ba, no? Ang ginawa lang niya, ginamit niya yung nalaman niya. So that is implementer, no? I will use the new idea. Okay, that is implementer. Okay. But challenging, no? Pwede nowhere. Yes, pwede nowhere. At some point. Parang ganito yung mga cases sa board exam, by the way, no? Mga very situational. And then, kaya nga, during the time na nag-take ako ng board exam, parang ang very difficult talaga ng professional education na part. Diba tatlo yan? No? Merong Gen Ed, may professional education. Sorry. And then meron ding major. Sabi ko, my goodness, parang medyo kaya ang Gen Ed. pagdating ng professional education talaga ng part, ang sakit talaga ng ulo ko at saka yung batok as in super. Kasi you really have to read, no? Kanang yung mag-take ka ng exam, you really have to read every word ng passage kasi nga very situation. Parang ganito. Parang ganito yung mangyayari sa board exam ha. Ito. Situational sa proof end, no? And then bakit 'di ba may time pressure pa yan. So may time pressure pa. So parang nagdidebate ka. While you are reading, parang nagdidebate ka, I think this is the answer. Ay, ito kasi ganito, blah, blah, blah. 'Di ba? Kasi ang gagawin kasi ang mga choices kasi para siyang tama lahat. Okay. So ito yung parang ginawa natin ngayon. Parang planner, parang nowhere. But then again, the answer is implementer. Okay? Case 2, DepEd set the standards, competencies, and guidelines in teaching the mother tongue in grade 1 in our school. By the way, ang mother tongue na saan siya, na lesson, no? That is only for grades 1 to 3. No? Okay. So, alam niyo naman na ang mother tongue na subject ay kung ano yung mother tongue, of course, no? Or the vernacular of that particular community, yan yung gagamitin. So, for us, we are using Manao. No? And then, in Iligan City, they are using Bisaya. In Zamboanga City, they are using Chavacano. Okay. So, they are using the vernacular of their community. Okay. So, I will study and use it in the coming school year. No? DepEd has set standards. Meron daw mga standards, competencies, and guidelines. Mag-study sa daw si teacher and then gamitin niya in the coming school year. Coming school year pa. So ano ngayon si teacher?
Implementor.
Implementor?
Implementor.
What else? Any other answer? I will study and use it in the coming school year. May sagot pa? Ano pa kaya? Okay, according to Haifa Planner. Any answers? Okay. Sige, the answer is... And the correct answer is planner. Ano to? Case 1? Sorry. Case 1. Case 1? Tapos natin sa case 1, no? Case 2. Sorry, case 2. Case 2. Nandito pa yung answer. Ito yung sagot. Case 2. DepEd set the stars para na iba yung number. Okay. Yeah. That's it. That's correct answer. Okay. Planner. Next, I think the last one. Tama ba? Case 1, 2. Okay, tama. 4. Last case, we have 4. Ito. I need a point to celebrate the World Teachers Day. I composed one to be used in my class in literature. I composed one to be used. So ano si teacher ngayon? The teacher is?
Writer.
Yes, writers. I think this is the last one. Writer. Okay. Okay, for a while. Meron akong i-check kasi ang numbering sa cases. Case 2. Case 2. Okay. Okay. So I think that is for that's it for our quiz, no? So that is all about the Sabertooth curriculum and of course the different types of curricula, you know. So I hope that you, although the cases are quite challenging, no, to really understand and then to look at the focus of the cases, no. But I hope that you get some points of the cases, no. I hope you learned something from it. Now, um, before we are to continue the discussion, we are now to continue the sharing of the today's headline. The Mangontra is already done. So sino ngayon ang susunod na mag-share ng kanilang today's headlines? Can we have Selgan? Nor? Okay, okay sa'yo, Nor? Ikaw sunod? Nor? Haifa. Okay, sige, sige. Haifa muna. Yes, Haifa. Ikaw
Mag-start
muna.
na po ba, sir?
Yes, yes, please. Thank you. So yung kay Haifa Ala, ang today's headline niya ay Nature Deficit Syndrome on the Rise Among School Children. Okay, mag-share ka lang, Haifa. You know, start sharing your screen. Haifa?
Yes, sir. Sandali lang po.
Okay, sige. By the way, check ko muna kung sino yung nakabayad. I think nakabigay na ako ng grade. Yan ko nga. Ayun. Okay. Nabigyan ko na pala ng grade. Naka-vote ba kayo lahat? Mga voters kayo?
Yes, sir.
Fighting, fighting Haifa, fighting. Diba, ang dami kong mukha dyan. Nasa province kayo?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes,
Ano pala talaga yung ano, no? Connection nyo? Carrie? Carrie? Carrie ba? Or medyo magkakaproblema talaga sa inyo. How about si Salgan? How about Salgan? Ikaw, sir, hindi. Okay. Okay.
Sir, kita po yung
Yes.
ano ko, PowerPoint.
Hindi, dear.
Ah,
Yung nakikita ko yung screen. Actually, pag mag-screen share ka talaga, yung PowerPoint mo lang yung makikita mo. Ayan, sige, open mo yung PowerPoint mo. Yun. Yan. Sige, click mo. Ayan. So, yan, nakikita namin. So, hindi mo kami talaga makikita. That's the consequence also. Sige, ano mo?
Yanan kilay.
okay? Okay na, sir.
Okay, sige, paano ko diya pa-screen share? Pa-present ako. Kasi nakaano lang siya. I-click yung sa PowerPoint mo sa baba. Sa PowerPoint mo, dear. Balik ka sa PowerPoint. Doon sa baba yung may pa-zoom. Di ba may zoom dyan na 81% sa baba. Sa PowerPoint mo lang. Dyan sa PowerPoint. Ayan, di ba may zoom yan. Ano, click yung parang may baso.
Ay, ano ba yan? Oo nga, may yung present. Ano ba yan?
Ayan, okay, that's it. Go.
Okay na, sir?
Yes, okay na.
Okay. It start.
Yes.
Okay, for my topic for today, nature deficit syndrome on the rise among school children. So, what is nature deficit syndrome? Okay, the definition of nature deficit syndrome is the idea that human beings, especially children, are spending less outdoors, and the belief that this change results in a wide range behavioral problems but doesn't need medication. So according to Richard Love, introduced the term nature deficit disorder in 2005 with the publication of his best-selling book, Last Child in the Woods, Saving Our Children from Nature Deficit Disorder. So the causes of nature deficit disorder, itong sandali lang sir.
Sure. Ang dami kong mukha dyan. Ha?
Okay, so itong nature deficit syndrome, hindi siya yung kailangan ng medication kasi it talks about children with less interaction with the nature. So, yan yung deficit, nature deficit syndrome. So, according to Richard Love, introduced the term nature deficit disorder. Okay, causes of nature deficit disorder. So, ito yung mga causes ng batang may nature deficit order. So, technology-oriented, kung bakit siya nagkakaroon ng nature deficit disorder, fear-based parenting, disconnected from their natural environment, and spending more and more time inside the inside. So ano itong technology oriented? No, ito uso-uso ngayon sa mga children na kahit yung 2 years old marunong nang mag-use ng gadget. Kaya siya
Yes,
nagkakaroon ng deficit nature deficit disorder. So technology changes the way kids socialize and interact with nature, which can have huge impact on their mental and emotional well-being. Sandali lang, nagre-report ako.
Diba? Iba yung perks natin pag nasa sa bahay lang tayo, di ba? May mga pa-audience pa tayo.
Sir, pasensya na ang kulit ng pamangkin ko.
Okay lang, okay lang.
Titi.
Yes, Enor, baka nagsasalita si Enor. Haifa, baka nagsasalita ka? Baka nagsasalita. Parang naka-mute.
Ay,
Ayun
sorry
talaga.
sir, nakamute talaga. Sorry. Okay.
Sige, go.
Okay, kaya isa rin sa mga causes ng nature deficit ng isang bata ay yung fear-based parenting. So parang for example, yung bata natatakot na lumabas kasi natatakot na baka pagalitan ng
Yes.
parents. Then for example of that, then may mga activities sa school na for example, camping, tapos na yung parents na ayaw pasamahin yung bata yun. So, yun yung isa sa mga causes ng nature deficit disorder ng isang bata. So, next is the disconnected from their natural environment. So, yung bata parang wala siyang masyadong connection sa natural environment, hindi siya makakapaglaro outdoor. So, palaging nasa loob siya ng bahay. Especially ngayong pandemic na yung mga bata ay hindi dapat pwedeng lumabas. So, yun yung isa sa mga rason. So, spending more and more time inside the house or sa indoor. So, okay, next. The benefits. Okay, effects of nature deficit disorder. So, ito yung mga epekto ng magkakaroon ng epekto ng nature deficit disorder sa isang bata. So, first is the attention and mood disorder, obesity, limited respect for the environment. So, attention and mood disorder. Kids who don't get nature time seem more prone to anxiety, depression, and attention deficit problem. So, yung mga bata na hindi masyadong nakakalabas, wala siyang masyadong relation sa nature, so mas prone sila sa mga depression, yung mga anxiety. Kaya sila nagkakaroon ng nature deficit disorder. So, next one is the obesity. So, obesity, too much television watching, too little physical activity and sleep, and physical activity in the environment. So, yung bata na wala siyang physical activity, kaya siya nagkakaroon ng obesity. Kasi ginagawa lang niya kung hindi naglalaro sa gadget, nanonood siya ng television. So, kaya nagkakaroon ng obesity. So, the next is the limited respect for the environment. So, some authorities believe that if children don't develop a sense of respect and caring for the natural environment during their first few years, they are at risk for never developing such attitude. So, according to Sobel of 1996 and Wilson of 1996. So, yung bata na wala siyang hindi siya masyadong exposed sa environment, nagkakaroon siya ng limited respect for the environment. Okay. The next one is ito, yung mga benefits of nature for the children. Mga benefits of nature for the children. Kaya importante na yung bata ay ma-expose siya sa nature kasi it builds confidence. The way that kids play in nature has a lot less structure than most types of indoor play. It promotes creativity and imagination. It teaches responsibility. It provides different stimulation, and it gets kids moving. It makes them think, and it reduces stress and fatigue. So, kaya importante na yung bata ma-expose siya sa nature para hindi siya magkaroon ng nature deficit disorder. So ito, yung mga benefits din ng nature sa ating kalusugan in our health, reduces stress, boosts memory, stimulate serotonin production, increase concentration, strengthen immune system, access to vitamin D, promote weight loss and heart health, helps your body, improves sleep, and social connection and interaction. So nagkakaroon ka ng social connection and interaction sa mga ibang bata, especially yung children na mahilig mag play outdoor. Okay, these are the article. That's for my presentation. Sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Haifan. So, bali, the concept of nature deficit syndrome, especially now sa pandemic. A good thing there, na-mention ni Haifa yung pandemic, no? And that's actually true. And it's very sad, no? The saddest reality now, sad reality na even in the age of 2, no? Ng mga 2 years old ang mga bata, alam na kung paano gumamit ng gadget, no? And there are a lot of studies ang ginawa, no? Ang dami na, kahit during pre-pandemic, no? May mga studies na ginawa na yung mga bata na they are more exposed on gadgets, no? The early age, they cannot communicate well, no? Na I cannot remember pero merong particular research doon na kahit nasa edad na 2 or 3 somewhat, because yung bata kasi na na-contain siya sa gadget, nasa bahay lang, of course, that's true, no, obesity, no, naging hindi healthy yung bata. The exposure of the child sa gadget, of course, pag nagagadget yung bata, alam naman natin, di ba, na hindi tayo nagsasalita. Di ba nga, di ba nakikita natin yung mga pictures, yung mga parang mga cartoonized na pictures na parang isang grupo na kumakain and then lahat hindi nagsasalita, no? They are just typing and using their phones, no? Kaya meron talagang mga activities, actually ginawa namin ito, na every time na pag mag-gather kami ng mga friends ko, mga batchmates or classmates, no, sa college, ang ginagawa namin talaga, sineset aside namin, nilalagay namin yung phones namin on a corner. No, dapat wala dyan mugunit sa cellphone, no? Because of course using your cell phone can impede communication. It actually impedes communication. Kaya merong research doon na yung mga bata na very exposed to technology, gadgets at the early age, they cannot speak well, they cannot articulate, no? And at some point, since they are contained, lahat ng mga sinabi ni Haifa, that is actually true, no? Na at some point, since yung mga estudyante, they are very contained, no? Sa pinakauna pa lang daan, no? Katubitang gingon ni Haifa nga fear-based parenting, that is true, no? Kasi yung mga parents natin, especially sa panahon siguro po namo, no? Inanag yun na nga, hindi as in during my childhood years, parang I cannot count na kung or I cannot imagine or I cannot recall kung nakalabas ako ng bahay ng matagal, na super matagal, no? Kasi hindi talaga, like every time na pupunta ako, pag-uwi ako ng bahay galing sa school, I am not allowed to go out after that, no? Kasi nga, pag lalabas ako and then dadating yung father ko, then wala ako sa bahay, expect na meron talagang palo, as in malalang palo yan, no? Even weekends, no, hindi talaga pwedeng lalabas. Kaya, parang na-practice ko hanggang ngayon na mas pinipili ko yung bahay compared na lalabas, no? Siguro lalabas ako kung meron yung mga friends ko, workmates, pero kanang gawas bitaw gid for the purpose of leisure, somewhat like that, I cannot do that, no? So yan ba yung fear-based, and then you cannot appreciate the nature. Now the very literal, that is why maraming di mga bata, they cannot understand nature, no? They cannot appreciate flowers, they cannot appreciate trees, they cannot appreciate their surroundings kasi nga they were contained sa bahay nila. So tama yung sinabi ni Haifa, no? Na parang they cannot, at the same time, the concept of socialization nawala, no? Mga bata nga dili kabalo makig-socialize, no, na ang mga bata para maging weird, no? Mga weirdo na sila. There are students na mga anti-social, mga ganyan pa. Okay? Because yung mga estudyante natin, itong concept ng nature deficit syndrome, hindi kasi natin pinapalabas yung mga estudyante natin. What I mean, yung mga anak natin. So if ever man, kung meron ng mga mother dito, no, please let your let your kids go outside, no? yung konsepto ng play, no? Itong yan. Sa education kasi, ang concept ng play is very essential. That is why when you are to enroll, no, kung ipa-enroll na ninyo inyong mga anak sa daycare, no, mga daycare centers, you would notice na daycare, mga kinder, you would notice na kung titignan niyo yung mga schedules nila, bakit may play? Literal, sa schedule, meron talagang play. May laro talaga. And then if you're going to look at the schedule, ang haba. No? Ang haba ng schedule ng play. Because according to mga psychologists, no, according to I cannot remember the name if it is correct, no? The somewhat Frobel, somewhat that's the name. Siya yung nag-conceptualize na ng tinatawag natin na kindergarten. And the concept of kindergarten is all about play. No? Pinapalaro natin yung mga bata. Yung iba, no? Sa atin pa, do not play kasi that's dirty. Somewhat like that. Di ba? Oh, wag lumabas kasi mahugaw. Ang sanina, puti para ba kayo ang sanina? Wag lumabas, blah, blah, blah. Ganyan. No, you don't have to do that to your kids, no? You let your students go out, no? Because ito yung gustong ipahatid sa discussion ni Hi-Fi na we really have to let our kids go out to appreciate the nature. And apart from that, they were not contained, they would realize a lot of things. Because play and experience are best teachers, no? At some point. So, yun siya ang nature deficit syndrome. And then this syndrome, maraming naging naka-experience nito during the pandemic, no? Especially yung mga bago pa lockdown for how many months, no? Na grabe, parang, di ba, ang uban mura maloka, somewhat like that. Yung iba, yung mga adults, no? Your parents, for example, or mga kuya and so on, parang init na kasi silang ulo, no? Parang konting kembot lang, nagagalit agad. Because psychologically, meron talagang impact when you are to contain people inside. No? Okay. So, did you get it? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Are you still with
Very
me?
clear.
Yes, no? So, kanan siya. So, if you are, sa mga mother again dito, ha, sa mga mother dito, if you have your kids, let them go outside, no? Ang gagawin lang talaga natin, we have to guide them. So kung papalabas sa bahay, huwag ipapalabas sa bahay yung mga anak na wala din kayo sa labas. No? Baka anong mangyari sa mga bata. So padula na sila dira and then you are there to guide them. No? Do not, for example, if they're gonna play soil, for example, let them be. No? Let them be, but just make sure na hindi lang sila masama or whatsoever. No? Kana lang siya. So let them experience everything. No? The concept of play. Okay. Thank you so much again, Haifa, for explaining and sharing the news for nature deficit, no? Because during the pandemic, ito yung naging problema natin. Okay. How about Salgan? Salgan, can you
Yes, sir.
present your output? Okay, go.
Start sharing. Meron ba?
Okay. Bongga ditong kang Nor. Sige, Nor. So, ang kay Nor, yes, dear. Ayan.
Okay. Okay, let's talk about parents get involved in school learning. Sir, Kilay?
Yes, dear. Yeah, narinig ka namin.
The importance of parental involvement in teaching on October 22, 2019 by Paulette Delgado. So, according to Waterford Org, an organization seeking to help children succeed through access to lifelong education. The participation of parents in the educational process means that teachers and parents share the responsibility to teach students and work together to achieve educational goals. To this end, the organization suggests that teachers invite parents to regular school meetings and events, and that parents voluntarily commit to the prioritizing these goals. Lament, lamentably, sorry, anong pronunciation?
Lamentably.
Lamentably, parents' involvement in the educational process has been in decline since 2016. So according to data from Blackboard, many parents believe that the communication between them and teacher is ineffective. So they prefer online communication via text, emails, or social networks methods rather than to attend a conference or briefing with teacher face to face. Although getting more involved would help improve communication, this low attendance reflect declining support and time ability of the parents. So, noong 2016, didik, uh, decline nila, ay ano ba yun? Has been declined since 2016.
Or
Sir,
sige, sige, continue.
so according to a meta-analysis of more than 50 studies on parent involvement in high schools, there is a direct connection between students' academic performance and the participation of parents in their children's education. Furthermore, the earlier that a connection is established between parents and educational process of their children, the more robust the foundation for the success of the student. There is the advantage of parental involvement. So, the parental involvement is essential for student development and offers many benefits. There are many studies, including those mentioned above, that explore how parental participation can improve student success and also teacher work. Some of advantage are when there is a good communication between parents and teachers, absenteeism decrease. So, according to a report by John Hopkins University, this helped reduce student absenteeism by 21%. So, mas bumababa yung uh, ab, pag-absent ng mga bata pag may parental guidance. Number 2, academic performance increase uh, according to John Hopkins University. Aspects such as comprehension and reading fluency important. Even more is parental involvement. Even more so, if parents spend time reading with their children, the students feel motivated to learn and their grades improvement. So, uh, pag nandiyan yung mga parents nila, ano yun? Pag nandiyan yung mga parents nila, tapos ginaguide nila sila sa pagbabasa or pag-a-answer ng mga modules nila, mas lalo silang namomotivate. It also helps improve student behavior in the classroom. Having parents and teacher communicate more helps students feel more motivated in their classes. Their self-esteem and attitude in the class improve. Mas lalong nag-improve yung ano nila, self-esteem nila uh, pag may guide yung parents nila at home. So the disadvantage of parental involvement. Parental involvement helps students. It can also have negative connection. There are several cases where parents become excessively involved, constantly calling the teacher to check their children's progress, which uses up a lot of their self-esteem of both the teacher and the students. There is also concern on the part of the teacher about the extent to which parents should be involved. Teacher recruitment, book selection, and curriculum development, among others, are areas where teachers believe that parents should not be included. To this end, schools should work with parents and teachers to develop policies regarding parental participation and create boundaries so that parents know the limits their involvement. So dapat yung mga parents din may limitation. There is a challenges of parental involvement. One of the biggest challenges is for the parents to find the time to attend school events or support their children. This is especially true for families with low economic resources. It is also challenging for the teacher when the children are expected to perform well academically but the student do not receive any support at home. Ito yung mga challenges sa mga parents na minsan yung mga parents hindi nakakapunta sa mga events sa school kasi may mga work din sila at home. It is difficult to establish a connection between school and households or create a safe environment for parents of all socioeconomic status. In case where parents do not know how to read or write, or when their mother tongue is another language that the one that prevails in school, it is difficult for them to feel comfortable attending tasks or school events. That is why educational instruction should work even harder to make such parents feel welcome and accepted. So minsan din yung mga parents kaya hindi sila nag-attend sa mga events sa school kasi feeling nila hindi sila belong. Kasi baka nahihirapan sila mag-intindihin minsan yung mga teacher sa pag-English.
Tama.
So, parental involvement is associated with various benefits for students of all ages. There does not even need to be a high level of commitment. Simply by asking the child how he or she did in school and attending school meetings, parents can positively influence the student future. Yun lang, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much, Nor. So this one is very, very important. No? This is co-curricular parents get involved in school learner or teaching. Sa DepEd, nangyayari ito. No? I do not know, even in college nga, di ba, sa atin. No? Nakadepende ito sa culture din, no? But generally speaking, this is true. No? Nangyayari ito. Although merong mga instances na nagsasabi na siguro hindi talaga effective na dapat ang mga parents natin hindi na dapat pinapapunta sa school, no? Sa akin din mailan lang yung I can count, no? I can count kung ilang beses lang nakapunta yung parents ko sa school namin, no? Kasi nga ako parang nahihiya. At the same time, totoo yan, ang parents ko din nahihiya pumunta sa school namin. Kasi parang, um, di ba, pag pupunta yung mga parents natin, yung mga parents talaga ng iba na nagpapakasosyal talaga yan. No? Pag mayaman talaga, nakikita mo talaga na mayaman. But for our case kasi, because we're poor, yung mga ganyan, no? And then my parents, hindi nakapagtapos yung parents ko. My father, hindi nakapagtapos ng grade 1, na? So, hindi talaga marunong magbasa at magsulat yung father ko. My mother naman, parang hindi nakapagtapos ng high school, no? So, mga ganyang cases. And then, there are times na yung parents na talaga natin, parang nahihiya silang pumunta sa isang event, no? Sa school. Even in PTA, yung mga papamiting na ganyan, no? Nahiya tayo kasi, di ba yung ibang parents, saan yung parents mo dyan, blah, blah, blah. Kagwapa ba si mama? Uy, hala, uy, dato kayo mga hinanap ito mga story, di ba? During our elementary years and even in high school years. And then, as we grow old pag yun, nahiya tayo na meron talaga yung parents, yung presence ng parents. I can remember during my elementary years, yung parents ko nakapunta lang grade 1 ako. Kasi yung nag-K1 at saka nag-K2 kasi ako, yes, sandali lang. Hi, excuse me everyone. Ano to, round 1, ha? Salamat, pero ng pa round 1. Oh, okay lang, okay lang. Ito na lang. Bagaya na Nabil. Okay. Yes, yes. Baka mag-message ako baka bukas or Tuesday makuha niyo ito, ha? Okay, sige. Okay, no? As we grow old pa, nahiya tayo na pupunta yung parents natin. No, yun nga, I can actually count kung ilang beses lang nakapunta yung parents ko sa school, no? Grade 1. Sa K1 o K2 kasi, doon naman ako sa balay, malapit lang sa bahay namin. So parang yung isa lang tayo na nag-enroll. And then nung grade 1 ako, parang sinamahan ako. Isang beses lang din yung mother ko naman. Parang hinatid lang ako sa grade 1. Yeah. I am not the kid. But usually sa grade 1 pag iniiwan ng mother or parents, umiiyak. Sabak kayo, grade 1, sabak kayo, no? Kailangan kayo manghilak ang mga bata, kay biyaan sa mga magpapa. But for me kasi, during that time, pinapunta ako doon kasi enrollment, pagkatapos nun ako na yun. Hanggang mag grade 3, kasi nag-transfer ako ng school, pag-transfer ko ng school ng grade 4, doon din, first time na pumunta yung mother ko. And then, hindi na yan naulit. Kasi every time magpapa-enroll, ako lang talaga mag-isa. Even during college, ako lang yung mag-isa. Kasi nga, even in college, sa IIT pa, hindi ko naman pwedeng dalhin yung mother ko kasi hindi naman alam ng mother ko how to enroll sa college, di ba? Yung mga ganyan cases. So, but accordingly, although meron talagang problema when it comes to, yun yung sabi ni Nor kanina nga, yung mga schools talaga natin, especially public schools, no? Yung mga DepEd, elementary high school, kasi may naginay PTA meeting. Always yun na pinapatawag yung mga what do you call this, yung mga parents, no? Pag distribution of cards, dapat andun yung parents kasi dapat kausapin yung parents sa performance ng estudyante, no? And that is true. I think I would agree to Nor, that yung mga bata talaga na parang always bitaw, always may constant communication yung parents sa teacher. At some point matatakot ka kasi kung ano yung magiging performance mo, kung magiging pasaway ka sa school. Parang one call away lang yung parents, no? Tatawagin agad ng teacher na, hello Mrs. Ganito, blah, 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 yung anak mo, very blah, somewhat like that. So natatakot, no? But there are points, really, and there are parts, there are times na yung involvement ng parents sa school, sobra. No? Yung grabe na yung decision making ng school, ng classroom, for example, naapektuhan na, and then yung parents na konting kembot, konting mali, konting issue, pupunta agad ng school, yung mga ganyan. Now that's also not good, no? It's not actually good because parang nawawala din yung respeto natin sa teacher, no? Please do not forget that teachers they are teachers. They are not just typical people. No? They are teachers. They are professionals. Therefore, you really have to approach the teacher in a certain manner, no? Kasi nung nag-DepEd ako, may pumunta sa school namin na, man to si Ma'am Kuan. Ako siya nakawan yung mga ganun, bitaw nawala yung respeto. No? Because of the severe and over na participation ng parents. So again, too much is not okay, no? So but then again, it is very important, no, sa inyo na magiging mother, no, or sa mga mother na dito na merong mga kids na and then nag-schooling na, your presence sa school, they are very essential. It's very essential, no? Yung mga simpleng patawag ng mga teacher na okay, pa-meeting tayo ganyan, no? Dapat punta talaga tayo, no? Kasi sa akin na case, pag yung parents ko hindi nakapunta sa meeting kasi nahihiya yung parents ko, ako nahihiya din ako sa school kasi ngay murag ako arang mama ang wala, no? Din sila tan kay naalagi lang mama, di ba? It's very sad for your kids. So that is also a sign of appreciation kasi, no? Pag mura siya appreciation ba sa imuhang anak, no? And at the same time, that's true na yung participation or involvement ng parents, no, sa teaching and learning sa bata, that could actually motivate. Hindi yung sobra, ha, no? So makamotivate kina sa may estudyante, no? Kasi yung mama ko very participative, ang ganyan, pinapapunta. And then it's very nice kasi dapat kasi yung mga parents, especially yung distribution of cards, dapat hindi talaga tayo nawawala, no? Dapat talaga punta tayo kasi that's the time that ma-inform tayo sa status ng ating estudyante, ng ating anak. Okay? Because of course, as we all know, in this generation, yung mga anak natin, so wala pa ako. yung mga anak natin, no, wala, they cannot talk easily sa mga parents, no? Very aloof kayo ang mga estudyante karon, mga anak, no? They have their separate world na, no? Sa una, pwede pa nating sabihin na alam ko lahat ng gusto ng anak ko. And that is not true nowadays, no? So of course, there will be mothers, no? Hindi na yan totoo ngayon na lahat na the strengths and weaknesses alam natin sa mga anak natin. No, it's not true anymore. Kasi, especially if there is no really communication, hindi nag-open yung mga anak natin, please expect that you don't know anything about your kids or your child. Okay. So that is why I think dito sa tinatawag natin sa schooling, it's very nice na nandun yung presensya ng parents natin. No? It's very nice and it's very appreciative, the feeling. Okay, so thank you so much, Nor, for sharing your headlines. Again, the headlines of Nor is all about parents get involved in school learning. Okay, so it's 11:45, and I think parang marami na tayong napag-usapan, although it's all about quiz muna, a sort of review for the first discussion. By the way, the today's headline na binasa ninyo, meron siyang connection to the next discussion, no? Because the next discussion will be all about the different definitions of curriculum. Because as of the moment, hindi pa talaga nag-sink in sa atin kung ano talaga yung definition ng curriculum. Because so far, we really did not define curriculum as of the moment, no? We mentioned about the different types of curricula, but we did not dig into the definition of curriculum. Kung ano talaga yung ibig sabihin ng curriculum. So right after this one, no, the reason why I am asking for the today's headline, no, for specific topic, because meron siyang connection to the next, which is more on the definitions of curriculum. Okay? So it's 11:45, and I believe mag-pray pa kayo and then pa-lunch na din tayo. So I think we can call it a day, everyone. Hello, are you still here?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
Okay, sige. So I think that's all no for this morning. For the next lesson, I will be deciding na naka-record na ito siya, no? The next lesson kasi it's nice na during Sunday kaya we will be talking about activities and all. Okay. Okay, everyone?
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Yes,
Sir,
thank you
sir,
everybody. Yes, yes,
Sir.
Naifa.
can I i-record ko na lang yung sa akin, sir? Oh.
Ah, yes, yes, dear, please. By the way, again, I would like to remind everyone, if you have your missed activities, please, I am willing to still accept your outputs, no? Kahit ay nilagay ko lang yung due date para naman hindi naman tayo parang mawala sa dapat nating gawin. Pero kahit late submission, I will still accept it, no? Pero please expect na merong a little bit of deductions but still it's better compared to wala. Correct?
Sir.
Yes. Okay. Ha? Sige, kung pwede tayo mag-open ng camera so meron tayong pa-picture dyan. Can you open your camera for a photo op? Parang pa-webinar ito.
Kami reader, sir. Kasi na yung iba kasi namuta ni Kabi po. Nakasot ng nikab.
Ay, okay. Ay, okay. Sige. Anyway, by the way, what do you call this? This recorded session again, I will be posting it and uploading this one sa atong Gcash so G-class so that mabalikan. Di ba si Nor? Di ba? Di ba Nor? Okay, para mabalikan natin. Again, I will be posting another activities sets no after this one, and then the pre-recorded lecture for the next topic I will be uploading it no so that the next time around that we are gonna meet, perhaps we will do another activity and all. Okay, anyway, again, announcement will just be posted sa messenger. Okay, thank you
Sir,
so
kailan
much
sir yung
everyone.
deadline ng payment?
Ang deadline, sandali, dear, Ang deadline, dear, ay parang last week ng ng May. Tingnan ko nga. Yeah, last week ng May.
Sige, sir.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much for coming, everyone. If you don't have any
Thank you,
questions,
sir.
I will now stop the recording.